Hey everybody, welcome back. This is what I'm talking about today. Two inexpensive Kramer S-style guitars that I bought off of Sweetwater, and I don't see many, if any, direct comparisons on YouTube, and that was one of the things I had going through my head when I was looking for these on Sweetwater. I was wondering how they compared and contrasted, because from a specification standpoint they look very similar, but they're very different. So let's talk about them. First off, this is the Kramer Strat style guitar. That's the Focus VT211, and you can see here it looks like your typical Stratocaster, with the exception of the headstock, this beak headstock, which is matching color to the body, and the knobs, right, on the volume and tone knobs. They're knurled metal or plastic, whatever they are, as opposed to the rubber ones, traditional knobs that are on the Strat. So right off the cuff, it looks a little different. Other than that, it looks very similar to a Strat guitar. Let's talk about this versus this guy. Well, first off, he's $149 list price, and it's a mahogany body. The neck is 12-inch radius. The neck on here is also 12-inch radius. 21 medium jumbo frets. These are described by Kramer as Alnico pickups, both the humbuckers as well as the single coils. So 2 singles and 1 humbucker. Comes stock with 9s from a strings, 9 gauge strings. Has a plastic nut, which you can see on the guitar. And the weak point on the guitar, by far, is this. These trapezoid style tuners that you'd find on the old Squier Bullet guitars. These are absolute garbage. I know there's been some reviews saying they're okay, whatever. Now they've had time to play this for a while, they're garbage. They go out of tune. They do not. This one's already becoming loose. It sticks. It has a horrible overall feel in terms of when you rotate them. I don't know what the ratio is, if these are 12-to-1 or whatever, but they're absolute crap. That is the weak point on the guitar. The other weak point on the guitar is the finishing of the guitar. It has several sharp fret ends on the guitar, and it's gotten worse over time with humidity, adjusting to the humidity in my office. So I filed them down already. Think I need to file them down some more, because there are several sharp fret ends on the guitar. Other than that, it's an acceptable budget Stratocaster or S-style guitar. The pickups are okay. Let's talk about this guy now for a bit. Put this down. So you can see the difference right off the cuff, right? So this is an 80s style metal guitar, right? For lack of a better word. It looks very similar to what Eddie Van Halen made famous in the 80s. It's only got 1 pickup, and it's got a zebra humbucker, a slanted zebra humbucker in the bridge, and just 1 volume control. That's all you got on here. Both of these guitars have tremolo bars that come with the guitar. I do not use tremolo bars, so I never have them attached. The bridge on the guitars look very, very similar, so there's no benefit over the cheap, pot metal bridge on this guitar versus what's on the Focus. They look almost identical. Here's the major differences. Out of the box, this was finished 100% better than that Focus. No sharp fret ends. Neck is smooth. It almost feels like it's rolled. Really smooth neck. Has a Grandillo fretboard, which I guess is a rosewood-like fretboard, substitute wood Grandillo, versus the maple on this guy. This has 22 medium jumbo frets as opposed to this guy, which has 21. Again, it's only got 1 humbucker. This Zebra Alnico humbucker comes also with 9s from a string standpoint. Other benefit of this guitar, tuners. These sealed tuners, which you can see are more of your traditional, Squier Affinity, Squier Bullet, you name it, low-end budget guitar tuners. These work markedly better than those tuners, those trapezoid tuners. They feel better. They don't stick. They hold tune relatively well. They certainly can use an upgrade if you want, if you're touring or you're playing out or whatever. But for me and for home use, these tuners are fine. The other major difference here is, as you can see, right, this guy's got a beak style headstock on it. Your old, Kramer beak style headstock. This has the hockey stick headstock, the 80s hockey stick headstock. I'm not a particular big fan of this headstock, but it fits the theme of the guitar. The nut on here is a plastic nut, which is black. What else do we have to talk about? Yeah, that's it really. I mean, the major difference between this guy and this Kramer Focus over here are the tuners, which are markedly better on the Baretta, and also the finishing of the guitar out of the box. No sharp fret ends. It just feels better. The neck. It's a nice. I think also, although they both are described as a 12-inch radius, this neck, just to me in my hands, feels better than the neck on that guitar. It's more comfortable. It seems a little slimmer. What else? And the other major benefit to this guitar is I said the finishing already, the tuners, and the pickup. I think the humbucker in this guitar is warmer sounding, nicer sounding to my ears at least, than the humbucker in this particular guitar. They're both described as being Alnico humbuckers. They're both relatively inexpensive guitars, but I think this humbucker on here sounds better. And I'll plug it in, and I'll just give you a quick run through. And it's going to be hard to tell on a YouTube video, but for my ears, I like the humbucker better. So, my final assessment: what's better on the Kramer Baretta versus the Kramer VT or Kramer Focus? If you're an '80s guy, number one, you like that '80s, hair rock look or hair rock period for guitars, you'll like this better. It just looks cooler, right? You got the slanted single pickup in the bridge and the hockey stick head. It just looks like an 80s guitar, the Eddie Van Halen made 80s guitar. You could probably make this into one of his Frankenstrat type guitars too, with a little bit of work. So the look is better. I think the sound of the humbucker is better, at least to my ears. The tuners are clearly better on this guitar, and the overall fit and finish on the guitar is better. And it feels better in my hand. I like the neck on this guitar. So, I will plug it in, and I'll tell you what, again, to my ears sounds like. I'm going to just have the humbucker engaged on this guitar versus the humbucker on this guitar. So we'll see what they both sound like. Okay. All right, so I have my little 40-watt amp connected here. And this is the humbucker on the Focus, on the Kramer Focus, engaged, just the humbucker. And I'll let you hear what it sounds like. I'll play a couple of chords, and then we'll just, futz around on both of them, okay? Now some single notes. Now, the Baretta. So again, I'm sure it doesn't sound good coming through the audio on this particular setup that I have here. But to my ears, this particular humbucker is warmer sounding, just a more pleasant sounding, well-rounded humbucker as opposed to this. It seems a little bit more shrilly on this guitar, a little bit more high-end, but not that, lower-end fullness that I like out of a humbucker. I prefer this particular one, this zebra style, I guess, for lack of a better description, zebra style humbucker than the one that comes stock on the Focus. So again, guys, just one man's opinion. Both guitars are inexpensive. This guy here is $149 list price. This one here is $179. Both are bargains as far as I'm concerned. This is the better bargain. Although it's $30 more than this, it just feels, the fit and finish, the overall feel of the guitar is better, in my opinion, than the Focus. So guys, if you have both of these guitars and have a different opinion, let me know your thoughts below in the comments. If you have any questions on either one of these guitars, fire them below in the questions, and I'll answer them as soon as I can and as completely as I can. And I do appreciate everybody's support. If you find these videos helpful to you, please subscribe. And as always, guys, until the next time, be well and stay safe. Take care.